and welcome to the Cougar Court as we're live for a marquee playoff matchup between the Frisch Cougars and the Flatbush Falcons. Tonight, I'm Daniel Stempel here with my fellow commentator JJ Fight.
Hello.
So we got a Girls Varsity Volleyball matchup on hand tonight. First round between the 8-2 Frisch Cougars and the 6-4 Flatbush Falcons. So it's the first round of the playoffs. We're just starting to begin. Sorry about the delay. The game was supposed to start at 7:30, but we got a little delayed. As I was saying, it's the first round of the playoffs. Second game.
As Ryan Butinsky almost gets nailed in the back of the head by a volleyball. It's a very dangerous gym, part of the gym to live stream in. As one of the last times we live streamed, we almost had our camera hit multiple times.
It's a dangerous sport. Volleyball is a very dangerous sport, especially for the commentators. You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
normally in a more professional setting, they would be up in a bleacher, but this is high school volleyball.
Hey, we do what we can do here on the Cougar Court.
Yes.
We make it happen.
We make it happen. Frisch is tied for the most 3-game sweeps in the league, and they like to get out of their games quickly. But earlier in the season, we live streamed the game versus Ramaz, where Ramaz took Frisch 5 games, ended up winning in a 5th game that went to win by 2.
That was one of Frisch's only 2 losses, as their other loss was to #1 ranked Maya Note. Frisch is the 3rd best team in the league with a record of 8-2. South Shore is 10-0, and Maya Note is 9-1. As Rebecca Dugalesi waves high, so does Naomi Prensky.
Can you give me a little welcome back shout out, like welcome back, you know?
Joel Solowaychik.
You're very welcome. So sorry about that.
Joel Solowaychik checking in after a lower leg injury, and we'll see if they're willing to rest her, if she's going to be starting and playing a lot of this game.
Yeah, I'm not sure if she's going to get a minutes restriction. She had, I believe, a lower left leg injury sometime. I believe it was a month and a half ago.
You always want to be careful with those, because a lot of times they can turn to something a lot worse than what you think it can be.
Yeah, I saw her having a little bit of stress during practice. Grunting when she was jumping up and hitting the ball might affect her gameplay a little bit, but hopefully she's all good, ready to roll. And Cougars huddling up.
What are you doing?
As Flatbush is already up on the court.
Frisch getting ready as set 1 will begin soon.
All right, let's check out the starting lineup for Flatbush. Starting is number 22, Barbara Dion. Number 7, Sally Misery. Number 16, Becky Warren. Number 10, Sariq Alcada. Number 21, Michelle Dweck. And number 9, Arlene Jamal.
It's going to be a very good game, as it is a playoff game. Playoff games, even though you can be one of the better teams in the league, you never know. A couple of sloppy plays, and then you're suddenly down a set, and that could really go against your confidence, as you never know what could happen.
I mean, yeah, upsets could happen, but again, this is best out of five match. Whichever team wins 3 wins the match and moves on to the next round.
Yes. So there is some room for error, but you don't want to make an error. You just want to get it over with, no matter how you do it.
Frisch is on a roll this season, as their starting lineup includes Rivka Nasimi, Rachel Piotnica, Naomi Prensky, Joelle Solowaychik, not getting restricted time I see, Captain Rebecca Dugalesi, and Tabitha Klein.
See what this Frisch squad can do, as Flatbush will be serving first for this game.
Referee is up on the stand, and we are ready to roll.
It's okay.
Service up. Prensky. Nassimi. Klein hits it over. Prensky could just not get it over the net. Rifkin Nassimi was not able to save it as Flatbush gets the first point of the game. They are now up 1-0. Serving for Flatbush is Michelle Dweck. Sorry.
Good play. Prensky gets it over.
Nassimi over to Klein, taps it over, returned. Tabitha back over.
Spike right there. Prensky set. Good play.
Barely gets over, and Joelle Solowaychik is not able to save it.
So 2-0 Flatbush. And it's those type of plays that can kill you in a game. You don't want to go down too much at the beginning when you be able to get the serve back so that you can hopefully get a couple of
over to
aces.
Tabitha.
There you go.
Frisch gets their first point of the game as Sarit Alcada was not able to hit the ball back over.
Serving for Frisch is Rivka Nassimi. Serve for Frisch.
Service up.
And to net.
Not enough juice on that one. As
to Flatbush.
Flatbush takes an early 3-1 lead. As now Alcada is serving. Over to Joelle. Rebecca Duglesi. Pionica over. And it cannot be returned by Flatbush.
Frisch gets
As
themselves.
Jamal. Oh, sorry, that's not Arlene Jamal. That is Danielle Towell. Sorry, she's starting in the number 9 jersey. Joelle Solowaychik serving now. Lefty.
It's a very strong serve.
Nassimi to Adukalesi. Tabitha on the right. Over to Towell. Warren, and it's out of bounds, barreling towards the stands. Nice save by the mom over here. Frisch now trails by 1 as Solowaychik is up to serve again. Never mind, it is tied.
Now it is not tied, point to Flatbush as the serve by Joelle goes out of play. Goes over. Great play there by Solowaychik. Gets it over. Flatbush out. Frisch point. 4-4.
A lot of the balls are going towards the back, toward the back middle to Sally Misri on the Flatbush side. Tabitha Klein now serving. Alcada, Towel, over to Joelle. Warren, over. Prensky with the slam towards the back. Dweck trying to save it for her teammates. It's going to be a long hit for Misri, and she cannot get it.
Good attempt though. At least you never give up on a play. You never know what could happen if you don't give up on a play.
Even if it's basically in the grandstands, never want to give it up.
Yeah. Never know what could happen.
Klein serving again.
And out of play.
The ball just goes to the side, hit by Alcada.
Serving for Frisch is Tabitha Klein, who puts it out of play. Flatbush point.
Serve is a little to the left. Serve is up. Pionica over to Warren. Pionica again. Adukalesi sets up Naomi Prensky.
Puts it over. Flatbush trying to return. Will not get over the net. Frisch point.
Misri could not get it over. cheers as the captain, Rebecca Dugalesi, going up to serve.
Doesn't have
Nassimi
enough.
setting up Pionica.
Excellent job.
Warren
Flatbush
and
trying
Missouri.
Flatbush-
Pionica, Nassimi.
Again, excellent playing here by Frisch and Flatbush to get a good volley going. That's an excellent diving
Nice
play.
save by Dugalesi. Setting up her teammate Prensky. Over. And Missouri hits it way in the air.
It's a
And it
smart
goes out
play.
of bounds.
You see the Frisch players bunching up towards the front, and now you can maybe try to sneak it in over everyone's heads. Just goes a little bit too far.
And there seems to be
Scoreboard.
argument about the score.
Served. Doesn't get over.
I was waiting. There seems to be a miscue on the scoreboard.
Yeah, the actual score is, I believe 8-6. That's what we have on our scoreboard, but the scoreboard in the Cougar court, in the back of the Cougar court,
Scoreboard
so
showing
it's now
5-4.
10-6 actually. The top is for the matches, for each game, I guess, and the entire match. And each game, the score goes on the bottom, and the top one has who won each game. So I think they were off by a little bit, and then they kind of started spacing out at one point.
It's the top score.
Top score.
And they fixed it. It is 8-6.
Yeah. Daniel, how you doing tonight?
Good. Special thanks to our tech director, Adam Bromberg, on the mic now. while
Tech
JJ
director. Wow. So JJ has a cool computer, and we're back. Here's JJ.
Hello.
Back to the game. Prensky, Nassimi. Pionica barely gets it over.
Not over, as it goes off the netting.
Dweck thought that was going over, but didn't make it, and she was just taken by surprise.
9-6 the score.
Prensky, the senior phenom, is serving right now.
Excellent serve over. Good return there by Flatbush.
Nassimi setting up Pionica, slammed over. Diane. Towel over to back to Tabitha. The middle, Nassimi. A little bit of a bad pass to Joelle, but she recovers. Now,
Excellent.
Adugalesi to Rivka. Joelle barely taps over. Looks like she was trying to spike it. Caught on the edge of her fingertips, but it barely goes over.
It worked out for the better that she mishit that. I didn't feel that Flatbush was ready for that hard spike. Instead, she throws them a curveball.
Yeah, they were moving back, ready for the hard spike, but then she barely tipped it over. Prensky serving again. Misri. Diane. Pionica is set up. And tipped by Michelle Dweck. And Becky Warren could not recover from it. So that's what happens when there's a bit of a miscue. Warren thought the ball was going up high, but then it was tipped and it got low to her feet. As Prensky serves the ace. Oh wait, never mind. It's out of bounds. Towel serving. Rebecca over. High ball. Ooh, almost dropped by the Frisch team. Warren, another high ball. Nassimi setting up Pionica for the slam.
Excellent play there by Frisch.
Nassimi setting up Joelle.
Just hit that too far. So Frisch's lead goes down to 11-3 as Flatbush to serve.
Joelle slams it a little too far again. and it's out of bounds.
Subs coming on for Frisch. Joelle coming off for number 16, Emma Kanner. 11-9 the score now.
Prensky over to Nasimi. Pionica left-handed slam over towards the back.
Excellent job right there by her to get that one over.
Talbot could not get it while on her knees.
Frisch up 12-9 now. And to serve now for Frisch will be Rachel Pionica. Serves it over well. Frisch looking to return. Flashfoot hits it under the net. And 13-9 Frisch.
All right, Pionica serving again. Nice dig. Nasimi. Prensky hits it over towards the back. Towel. And Alcada could not hit it over.
Those are some of the toughest shots to make in volleyball. When your back is facing towards the net, you just got to get it over. You can't hit it backwards, but you also have to hit it almost straight up because how close you are. It's a very tough shot.
Got to get a good angle on it. As Pionica serving again. Ooh, that ball is way too high.
And too far to outside.
Warren with a little too much juice on that hit. Frisch now has the lead as Pionica is serving again. It's 14-10. 15-10 scoreboard.
16-10.
15-9 scoreboard issue.
16-9 now.
Man, who's doing the scoreboard? Pionica, and a bit of a mishap right there.
I think she was trying to just get it over as hard as she could.
Sometimes when you try to put a little front spin on the ball, you accidentally hit it down. I think that's what happened there.
Also happens in another sport where if you hit the ball too far on the bottom part, you can shoot it straight up. You can get enough dip as Flatbush put into the net twice. And the score is now 17-10. Frisch lead as Rivka Nasimi to serve.
All right, Nasimi serving it, and it is over to the right side and out of bounds.
Serving for Flatbush, Sarit Alcada right now as Frisch trying to win this first game. Out play.
Nasimi was about to serve it up to one of her teammates, but then at the last second she decided to back out and let it go out. Smart decision right there.
We had that with in our last game that we did with Naomi Prensky in that 5th game where she couldn't decide, so she put her hand up and it tipped off, not enough to where it changed direction, but it was enough where she touched it, and they gave the point to Frisch, but it was really, I think was it my note?
Maya Note.
You're doing it again, and they gave my note the point, giving them the advantage and giving them the ball back, and they wanted the next serve.
Good Mitos as Kanner goes up to serve.
Frisch.
Alcada kind of backed out when she tried to hit that ball. And ball just went barreling right past her towards the bleachers. Kanner serving again.
Match.
And way towards the back. Too much juice on that one.
Subs for Frisch.
Frisch is now up 20-12. It is game point.
As Joelle will come back on for Emma Kanner. That serve.
Serve towards the back towards Joel.
Gets it to Prensky, and Frisch will win game 1, going up 1-0 in set.
I'll be back.
Well, that was an interesting game.
Quick. Very quick.
We mentioned before the game, Frisch likes to take their games very quickly. High pace, fast pace.
You try to catch the team off guard before they know it. in volleyball, points are very fluid almost. So before you know it, a lot of times you can be down 20 to 10, 20 11, and then you're like, oh wow, it's game or match point, and you can lose a game very quickly that way. It happened in camp volleyball, which has nothing to do with high school volleyball, but it's still volleyball, and that's what used to happen a lot of times. An interesting first game also.
Yeah, there seemed to be a bunch of
Miscues on both sides.
yeah. It might just be that the teams are off to a little bit of a rocky start. They haven't had a lot of games in a while. They've had a break in between the regular season and the playoffs, and besides the first game, they're still getting settled in.
Yes. Seems Frisch is getting a talking to by their coaches in the corner, and so is Flatbush. Very
So about the scoreboard last game, we're very sorry about that. There seemed to be a mishap, as our scoreboard on Cougar Nation Network thankfully had the right score, but scoreboard wasn't working on the main scoreboard here on the Cougar court. Can't see it on the camera. It's on the right wall, closer towards the bench where the parents are staying. So just a little sum up of the MYHSAL volleyball playoffs. So this is the first round. Each team that is the number 1 seed plays the number 4 seed in the opposite conference, actually. Not the same conference, just like as in most major league sports. The opposite conference. So in this game, Flatbush is actually in the Eastern Conference. Frisch is in the Western. Frisch is number 2 in the West. Flatbush is number 3 in the East. So they're playing each other. A little bit of a playoff picture here. Last night,
Kushner beat SSLI.
Kushner beat South Shore. A bit of an upset. South Shore was undefeated this year, 10-0. And Kushner came back, went right at him.
So it seems that winner of this game will play Kushner, which will be tough for either of these opponents.
Kushner's got to be fired up after a win like that against an undefeated team. And there's another game today, first round. Ramaz is playing Central. Ramaz is the number 3 seed in the Western Conference. Central is number 2 in the East. Winner of that game will go on to face the winner of North Shore versus Maya-Note. Maya-Note 9-1. Best team in the Western Conference playing against North Shore, who is 4-6. That game is tomorrow night at 7 p.m.
So we got very intense playoffs this year. I mean,
already got one big upset.
You never know what can happen, but you don't want to jinx it right here.
Anything can happen.
So now we're just waiting for the scoreboard.
Waiting for the referee to get up on his stand.
I think he's making sure the score was correct for the last game. I think he's keeping score on a post-it note. Seems.
About that matchup between number 2 Central and number 3 Ramaz, we will let you know as this game progresses. Try to get you results. If you would like a shout out, please contact Adam Bromberg, JJ Fight, or myself, Daniel Stempel. You could text us or reply to Cougar Nation Network on Instagram or Cougar Nation 3 on Twitter.
Frisch to serve. Seems to be Emma Canner. No, not Emma Canner. Trying to see.
Rivka Nassimi.
Nassimi. And she aces it on her first serve. So 1-0 Frisch here in game 2.
Nice start for the game. In for the Cougars is Rivka Nassimi and Joelle Solowaychik and Rebecca Dugalesi from last game. But new players in this game as Michal Katz, the seniors, is in. Sivia Itzkowitz and Serena Shields. 2 juniors are in, both on the right side. As Ramaz gets the point as Frisch is not able to hit it over the net.
I think Joelle was trying to decide, did she want to tap it over, did she want to spike it over? And she has caught an indecision for a moment as she can't return it over well enough. So it goes out of play. So 2-1 Flatbush to start off this one. Frisch got an ace on their first serve.
Michelle Dweck serving now for Flatbush.
Point to Flatbush.
Seemed like Dugalesi stepped over the line
It's also
when she was putting
or
that.
she touched the net. If you touch the net, it also counts.
Michal Katz ducks as Serena saves it, but Rebecca could not get it to a teammate. There was nobody up there in the front middle. Sivia Itzkowitz was trying to go save it.
Frisch call a timeout with Miss Tilp, coach, quickly getting out there just to try to get her team into this game. They gave up 4 unanswered points. Once you go down that quickly, you don't want to start an avalanche of losing points. Then you can suddenly be down 10-1, and if that happens, you're not out of a game, but it's very tough to get back into a game after that point.
Yeah, once a team goes on a streak in volleyball, it's hard to stop them, honestly. And it's also hard to come back. Dweck serving again for the Falcons. Serve is up. Michal Katz over to Rebecca Dugalesi. Taps it over. Nice save by Mystery. Itzkowitz over.
Great
Joelle
return.
sets up a Dugalesi. Back to Joelle. Taps it over right to the middle. Nice ball placement.
Again, it's the same miss-hit that she had in the first game. This time, she seemed like she really wanted to just spike that straight down. And it came off her fingertips instead of her.
I think she purposely
wrist.
tapped it over this time.
Yeah,
She saw the opening in the middle. Alice Franco wasn't there. As Dugalesi is now setting up Serena Shields. Shields over, and it cannot be recovered by Barbara Dion.
a little bit of miscommunication there, as the two Flatbush players were diving in.
Ever since that timeout, Frisch has been placing both plays. Frisch has been placing the ball in the open spot.
As a hockey ball comes rolling through from the boys' hockey practice on the other side.
That almost nailed me.
And into the net by Joel Solovich. And Flatbush point.
Now serving is Alice Franco for the Falcons. Very high serve. Shields over. Misri. Now a Dugalesi setting up Sivia Itzkowitz.
Over, but Flatbush was right there.
Itzkowitz. Towel looked like she was going to go and dive for it, but then she pulled her hand up.
It's the natural body to pull your hand away so that you can block your face from slamming to the floor. Can't blame her for that. But same exact placement on 2 straight plays. And out off of Flatbush.
2 teammates went for it, Diane and Warren, and Mystery just couldn't save it off the side.
Diane seems to be a little bit shaken up. Can stay in the game, or the ref asking her if she's going to stay in the game?
Clap it up for Barbara Diane.
And on the line, perfect serve right there. Looked like it was going to go out.
Franco ducked to try and let it go out. As Rafua Shalema to a mother in the hospital, 2 loyal fans cheering on the Cougars tonight.
Served by Frisch. This time, not so lucky, and it goes out just a little bit too far.
Smart decision by Michelle Dweck to let it go out. Now Sally Misri is serving for Flatbush.
Frisch looking to return.
Michal Katz. Over Dweck. Joel. Rebecca setting up Michal. Michal taps it over. Back to Dweck. Dayan. High ball over to the left. Nasimi. Michal again. Joel.
Frisch before we're practicing this just non-stop returning to that spike on the corners. And they were pulling it off really well during practice, and it seems to me that practice has really made perfect. As our playoff schedule for Sunday at 1 p.m. there will be a girls JV volleyball quarterfinal versus Bruria, and at 5 p.m. boys ice hockey playoff game versus Dayton. We'll be live streaming. Hopefully, we'll be live streaming both those games. Check online at CougarNationNetwork.com or YouTube, or our app on the App Store is available. Cougar Nation Network.
Nasimi over Shields. Mystery just tried hitting it with her left hand. Just brought it up her left hand, but
that looked like it was going to go straight out. It wasn't hit down. It was hit more straight. So you never know what could have happened. That could have gone straight out. But
now serving for the first time today is Serena Shields. Shields to Dayan. And ball just did not go over. Towel was not ready for it. Towel talking to her coach. Serena serving again. Over. Ref didn't want to get in the way of that. Ball goes out to the right side. Now Becky Warren's going to be serving. Nice front spin on the ball as Dugalesi had to dive and wasn't able to get it. You can see the ball spinning, curving downwards as it went over the net.
Very tough to do that. Got to get the right amount. You got to hit the right area, get the right amount of power on it to get that type of spin.
Shields hits it against her face, but Frisch recovers, and Warren hits it over to the right side towards the bench.
That reminds me a little bit of Studio C Scott Sterling video. That
his face is like a brick wall.
A brick wall that feels pain. So our score right now is 10-9. Frisch leads by 1.
Serena Shields looks okay after taking the ball to the face. Michal Katz is serving now. Warren over to Towel. Backwards over. Adukalesi. Up front to Nasimi. Dayan up against the net. And it's going to be Frisch point.
Flatbush giving Frisch a little bit more of a fight in this game. Not a fight, but just coming right at us. That deflected off of.
Ball comes barreling towards the scorer's table.
Yes.
Almost knocked over JJ's Powerade.
Not my Powerade. Adam's Powerade.
All right, back to the game. Adukalesi over to Nasimi. Setting up Sivia Hitzquist. She just did not get much air as she was going to get that ball.
She couldn't do anything with that. It was placed a little bit too close to the net for her to do anything.
And she just tried to jump a little too late. Towel serving. Gets over to Joel. Nasimi setting up Joel on the right side. Taps it over with 2 hands. Dayan to Warren. High hit up in the air for Alice Franco. Nasimi over to Joel. Up towards the middle to Warren. Dweck. Nasimi. Joel. Now the Towel. Joel setting up Nasimi.
Sets up Joel. Good play.
What a save by Michal Katz.
And she gets the point also with that.
Nice dive, and when it went over.
A lot of times when you dive, you miss by inches, and when it works, it works. And that's why you never give up on a play.
Amazing play by Michal Katz as Warren high hit to the back. Nasimi, Adukalesi sets up Michal Katz, tapped over. Dweck towards the back. Adukalesi. Sivia Itzkowitz over. Towel back over to the front. Adukalesi. Set up for Joel. Ooh, nice save by Alice Franco. And Rebecca Ducalessi could not get it over with one hand. Pretty close to the net over there. Nice volley over there as Ramaz gets the point as they are trailing by 2. Now, sorry, not Ramaz, Flatbush.
Turn by Frisch, and that's in. Again, just getting close to the back.
That wasn't even close to out of bounds, really. I'm not sure what Dweck and Warren, they were just looking at each other. Are you going to get it? Are you going to get it?
It's the worst thing, miscommunication can kill you. 14-11 Frisch. Joel serving. Franco trying to save it, but it would have been better if she had let it go. Joel to serve again.
Joel, one of 2 lefties on the Frisch squad, now serving. Dweck over towards the middle. Nassimi over to Ducalessi, setting up Serena Shields. And that's a little too much. Too much power in that.
She got the height, just didn't get the downward force that you need.
Good jump, good angle, just a little too much power. And waiting to service Alice Franco.
And puts it low.
Now serving is Sivia Itzkowitz. Dweck. Warren. Barely over. Ducalessi taps it over. Joel. Dayan back over to Joel. Rebecca setting up Michal Katz. Nice one-handed hit by Sally Misri. Rebecca setting up her teammate Michal again. Taps it over. Misri towards the back to Rivka Nassimi. And then, yeah, it was Rivka Nassimi.
Kind of looked like Michal, a little bit of miscommunication. So Michal turned around quickly, just see the ball land on the ground. It's a little bit jumpy.
Misri serving. Serena.
Perfect return there by Frisch.
And Becky Warren wasn't able to get it back over. Didn't have much of an angle.
It's very tough when the ball falls just below, just in front of the net, because you've got to hit it straight up. But the way that you move your body to hit the ball up, you can sometimes add forward force, which puts it back into the net. It's a good serve right there by Frisch.
Towel over to, and now Michal hits it over. And there were 3 players there for Flatbush.
Miscommunication.
Yep.
Communication is how you win games a lot of times.
Try to call it like in baseball. I got it.
And a lot of times they don't even call it in baseball, and then you got people running into each other, which is never good.
Serve is up. Franco goes on her knees to retrieve it, and just a bad angle as it goes past her. Serena going over to fix one of the hockey boards. Good Mitos.
Because they're playing some scrimmages. That's what I'm guessing.
On the other side of the court for hockey practice.
That serve goes under the net. So Flatbush point. Frisch up 19-14. It's a lot closer game than the other one.
This game's been very back and forth. It's a nice, decently close game.
No team was really able to settle in this game.
Michal over to Towel, and Towel just had not much of an angle, really. Couldn't set up any of her teammates as it was coming down right towards her right arm.
So 20-14 Frisch, game 2 point for Frisch here.
They give Serena Shields the ball to serve.
Excellent serve, looking for the open space and seeing it. And Frisch wins game 2. Frisch on chance for a sweep here.
Could be their first sweep of the playoffs, their 6th sweep of the year.
That would be amazing if they can do that.
Frisch is notorious for sweeping games when they win.
Yes. Be very good.
When
seeing
they come out to play, you know they come out to play. They don't play any jokes. They go hard.
Yes. You always play your heart out in every single game, no matter what. So to start game 3, I wonder if what the Flatbush coaches are going to be saying, because they played that second game decently well. It was a couple of miscues that led to Frisch getting the ball back. And once Frisch got the ball back, they were just willing to keep it as long as they could. And they get a lot of points with the ball off of serves and excellent plays. Again, Miss Tilt.
Hey, Mom.
Hello to all the moms watching this game right now. As thank you, Adam Bromberg, for getting ready our playoff schedule right now so that we can announce it on air. As both teams getting ready to start the third game. Frisch seems to be drawing up a plan to get ready. Frisch have done an excellent job in this game at keeping the ball as AC walks in behind us. Frisch have been doing an excellent job at getting the ball, and once they get the ball, just pretty much start off the game a little bit slow. Both games just start off a little bit slow. It was back and forth, both these games. Once Frisch got double digits, they basically ran away with both of the games. As games finished with over 5-point deficits for Flatbush.
So can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi guys.
Hello.
What do you guys think of the game?
The game is going very well. You guys are playing very well.
Now I'm interviewing you.
No. Whoa. Okay. This is breaking the fourth wall.
This is true.
What if there's a character that breaks the fourth wall in a fourth wall break?
Mine's equals alone. Oh, I gotta go to the huddle.
Bye. Rebecca Ducalessi interviewing Captain Rebecca Ducalessi interviewing us.
Rebecca's always up for an interview. She's always eager to do it.
As Frisch getting ready to exit the huddle. There was clearly some sort of miscommunication right there.
Frisch couldn't get their huddle together when they were doing the 1, 2, 3. Rebecca Ducalessi choked when she was trying to do it.
There you go.
As they all laugh with a big smile coming onto court to face Flatbush.
Sometimes that's the best way to exit a huddle, with a smile. You don't want to exit a huddle feeling grim and like the world is ending. In all the sports that I've ever played, if you leave the huddle feeling down, it almost makes you feel like not that you don't want to play as hard, but also it just makes you feel worse about how you're playing. So it's sometimes good to leave the huddle with a smile on your face and having something to joke about while you play. So if your team isn't doing so well, you can just make a joke so long your team is smiling. A lot of times, teams play better when they're having fun. So,
Girls JV Sunday. Yeah.
so
We say
Frisch,
hi to
AC. The ref talking one more time with the scoreboard.
Scorekeepers.
Scorekeeper.
You don't talk with the scoreboard last time I checked.
That is true. Frisch exiting their huddle. Flatbush coach leaving the court after giving one last point.
Just one change in the Frisch lineup from last game. Instead of Joelle Solowaychik, they're going to give her some rest. Sarah Fisher is in on the front right.
And
changes for Flatbush. You can see number 36, Lifshitz, in there on their front right.
actually Emma Canner's also on for Rachel Pianica. Seems also.
Rivkin is seen.
Yes. So
4 juniors on the floor right now, 2 seniors.
Flatbush getting ready to serve. To start off this third game. Match point for Frisch, actually. So if they win this,
It's not match point yet.
it's
Shields over to Fisher.
good play. Flatbush are able to get it over, but it's out of play. Good play by
Michal's gonna be smart and let it go out.
excellent play by Michal just to read where she was. It's awareness on the court. As Frisch serve. Flatbush return. Again, put over.
Azukalesi over to Michal, hits it over. Warren barely gets it over. Nice job of barely getting it over the net.
That sometimes if you get it off the top of the net, yes, it's very risky. You don't ever want to try to do it. But a lot of the time will throw off the player waiting to receive it. That is a shink serve. And that's something you never want to happen as Frisch.
Michal Katz serving for Frisch.
Good serve.
Dayan
Good
over
return.
to Dweck. It's Glitz over. Fisher over to Rebecca, setting up Tivia. Dayan, and it is tapped over by Warren. No call for hitting the net or going over the line. Sarah Fisher back to Rebecca.
It's if two people go up for the ball and you put your hand over the net as that goes out in Frisch's point.
Wow, that was really lucky. Emma Canner tried hitting it, but thankfully she missed as it went out of bounds. Just a little too much power on the hit
did
for
touch
Sonia
her.
Dweck.
And what happened against my note happens again, as she will admit that she touched it. So, Flatbush point.
Good Midos by Emma Canner.
2-2 is the score now. Monday night next week, we got boys JV basketball versus Heschel at 7 p.m. We will be live streaming that game.
Fisher over to Zugalesi, setting up Tivia. Barely over the net, but saved by Warren. Tivia's going to be smart and let it go out.
3-2. Then also Tuesday night next week, girls varsity basketball versus Hank at 8:15 p.m. We will be live streaming that game also. So don't forget to CougarNationNetwork.com, our app on the App Store, Cougar Nation Network, or if you search up on YouTube, Cougar Nation Network.
We'll be there.
We'll be there. Well, not us per se, but the channel will be there. And Frisch just caught a little
Serena
bit.
Shields could not get it after trying to dig ball over there.
Looks like she caught a little bit off guard there. That's her hard serve over. It's a good return.
Nice serve by Sonia Dweck. Adugalesi setting up Emma Canner.
Good return. Foul. Rebecca. Kenner. Good.
Sonia Dweck high hit towards the middle to Michal. Rebecca trying to save it, gets it over. Sonia Dweck, nice save too. Sylvia Itzkwitz, nice dig. It's over to Michal. Lifshitz, Serena Shields. Rebecca taps it over.
Good play. She didn't touch the net. Sets up Michal. Goes off a Flatbush player, and it's Frisch point. It's an excellent volley win there by Frisch.
Just a hard ball to get for Elizabeth Warren. I meant not Elizabeth, Becky Warren. Sorry about that. Rebecca now serving for the Cougars. Serves up, returned by Towel. Serena Shields over to Sarah. Emma.
Good play
Nice
there.
hit over by Warren. Fisher sending up Kenner. Nice hit by Dayan, trying to get it to her teammate. Towel somehow gets that over at an impossible angle. Sarah Fisher almost saved that, but Serena Shields could not save her teammate.
Excellent playing there by Flatbush to save that point. 5-4. Frisch leads. This game a lot more broken up in Flatbush, seeming to have a little bit more grit in this one.
More team communication too.
Yes.
As Lifshitz, nice save, JJ. Thank you for not destroying our table.
I think that one was going to bounce over, but you can never be too careful.
Now serving for the Cougars is Serena Shields. And trying to find a little bit of an open space there on the front right, but just a little bit too much to the left. Now serving is Danielle Towell. Sarah Fisher setting up Michal, has to reach back a little for that one. Lifshitz tried to tip it over, but just came off of her hand at a bad angle and just went to the right instead. Emma Canner serving for her 3rd time tonight.
Good serve and out of play. Off to the Flatbush return. Emma will.
Becky Warren was trying to angle it towards the right side of Frisch, but couldn't get it there. Warren over to Dweck. Lifshitz could not tap it over.
Double tap off of Lifshitz. So now Frisch seems to be getting to their groove and are on a little bit of a streak right here. Canner. Good serve. Good
Ball's
return.
high to Rebecca Ducalessi. Sarah Fisher setting up Sivia.
It's off the top of the netting. Flatbush returns. Katz spikes him right into the net. It's very hard to spike it, but when you get it, it's almost impossible to stop. If you get a good spike, you got to be able to jump high enough where you're pretty much on over. When you slam your hand down, you're over the ball to get that perfect spike. Flatbush point.
Lifshitz hits it over to Frisch's left side, but nobody there.
Whose point is it? Frisch's point.
No, they're going to call it out of bounds. Sarah Fisher serving for her 1st time tonight. Michelle Dweck over.
Good play by Rebecca. One-handed.
Right in the middle of 4 players. None of them knew what to do right there.
There's nothing, that's such a quick reaction that the only thing you would be able to do would be able to maybe get a hand to pop it up. And even just getting one hand on a volleyball hit like that is not the
Very
best
risky.
thing. It's very risky, as we've seen earlier in this game. That's what you want to do, is get it with 2 hands. Almost. That lands in. That would have been an excellent play there by Dweck.
Sonia Dweck had to reach back there very far and just very hard to get a ball over at a good angle while reaching that far behind your back. Fisher serving again. Over to Michelle Dweck. Rebecca Ducalessi setting up Michal Katz. Sonia Dweck hitting it up.
Miscommunication there. Frisch point 13-6.
Becky Warren trying to save Sonia Dweck's hit over there.
And sub for Flatbush, as coming off is Lifshitz, and going on.
Going on is Claudine Hadef.
And sub for Frisch too, as Rebecca Ducalessi will go off for
Rivka Nassimi. Serve is up, and it's an ace for Sarah Fisher. Nice hard serve, angled toward the ground. Towel was just not able to get it. Right over the head of Barbara Dion. Fisher serving it again. She's on a hot streak as of recent. Nassimi over to Tsivia. That's it over, but it's a little bit too far to the right. It's out of bounds.
15-6. Frisch lead.
Fisher up again. Michal to Nassimi, setting it back to Michal. Warren
Get back
Towel.
out of play. Good job. 16-6. First lead as maybe Prensky will go on for Emma Canner.
Surprising that Naomi Prensky has not gotten a lot of playing time tonight. She's one of their star players.
Sometimes you want to rest a player to make sure that they're fresh for the next game.
They're functioning well without her.
Yes. As serve, excellent serve right there by Sarah Fisher again. And Michal Dweck cannot get anything onto that to return. So
Frisch now has 4 points straight off of Sarah Fisher's serves as she goes to serve it again.
This time Flatbush able to
Prensky over to Nasimi.
setting
up Sylvia Itzkowitz. Over by Diane. Nice dig by Sarah Fisher, but it goes out of bounds.
very dangerous. She fell straight onto her knees. It's very close to. If you fall the wrong way, you could maybe accidentally bash your face in, which
Fisher.
is very not good.
Nasimi sending it up to Naomi Prensky. Becky Warren. Nasimi has it, setting up Michal Katz for the spike. Ooh, just a little too low. Didn't get it over the net.
Looks like it went off her right hand, just off like the thumb area. Just a little bit too high. She tried to hit it.
Flatbush now serving and it's way out. Towards the weight on the side of the Cougar court. Michal Katz, the senior, now getting to serve. Serves up. Towel. Over to... Shields now has it. Tivia setting up Nasimi. Back to Tivia. Over. And Sonia Dweck could not get it back over the net.
Good playing by Frisch. So a lot of these Flatbush girls, this could be some of their last games that they ever play for volleyball, as it is varsity. Sad, not the very best way to go out. You always want to go out on top, winning the championship. But
Shout out to all the seniors on Flatbush. Sarid Al-Qada, Sonia Dweck, Michelle Dweck, Alice Franco, Terry Franco. Wait, Alice Franco is not a senior. Violet Levy, Sally Misri, and Raquel Ovade and Becky Warren.
does Frisch have game match point?
It's match point. Frisch could clinch their spot to the next round right here with a 3-0 sweep.
Well, they were going to face Kushner.
They give the ball to Sylvia Itzkowitz. Diane, Warren, back to Sylvia. Nasimi, over to Naomi Prensky. Towards the back. Dweck. Naomi barely got it. Nice save by Sarah Fisher, and it is not returned. As Frisch advances on to the next round, and Flatbush's hopes for a championship are dashed.
Frisch still in the running to revenge their last year loss in the finals. As the honorary handshakes, which I think is part of the greatest moments of sports, is that no matter how hard you fought in the game, no matter what happened, you're still willing to shake your opponent's hand. Which is always part of the greatest part of the sport. Frisch really ran away with this one. Winning this one 21-10 by 11 points, their biggest margin out of all of their games so far. And they will look to continue on to maybe make a run at the championships again. Frisch will play Kushner in the next round of the playoffs in Frisch, as Frisch is the higher seed.
Remember, Kushner is a 4 seed. As they beat number 1 seed South Shore. We don't know the time of the next matchup between Kushner and Frisch.
And we'll be getting that soon. You can find that on the website or on the app as soon as it's updated, or on myshl.com.
MYHSAL. NYHS.
Metropolitan Yeshiva High School. NYHSAL.com. Go to Girls Varsity A Volleyball. Click on playoffs under that drop-down menu. It'll give you a whole bracket with all the times of all the games. We're going to try to get you guys an interview. Look at this showing of Achdut, of togetherness, as both teams take a picture together. That is something that you don't see all the time. The camera's on it, Daniel Stample. But thank you for asking for it anyways. What an incredible game. I mean, both teams really showed up. Frisch showed the upper hand the entire time. But Flatbush showed why they're in the playoffs. I mean, they retaliated a lot against Frisch, especially when it mattered. But in the end of the day, Frisch outplayed them. Frisch is the better team, and Frisch won. Frisch won all three. It wasn't too close. You're going? Oh, Daniel Stempel's going to try to go get us an interview. So, for anyone that's tuning off, because I'm probably boring you out,
Hello.
Thank you for joining. Oh, hi, JJ. Thank you guys for joining us. If you're not going to stay for our interview, but I think you should. It's going to be pretty interesting, assuming that we have one. And once again, let me just go through our upcoming playoff games that you don't want to miss. So at 1 o'clock on Sunday, tune in to CougarNationNetwork.com or the Cougar Nation Network app, which is available only for iPhones, to watch girls JV volleyball quarterfinal game versus Breweria right here in Frisch. Just a note about the app. If you want to use volume, turn alert sounds on. So if your alerts are off, you want to turn that on to get volume on the app. So after that, it'll be a little bit of a break. And then 5 o'clock, boys ice hockey will play against Dayton. Ed McKay will be live streaming that. Our first ice hockey broadcast of the year. Then on Monday at 7 p.m., boys JV basketball will be taking on the Heschel Heat right here once again, live on Cougar Nation Network. And on Tuesday at 8:15, tune in again, girls varsity basketball versus Hank. Let's go now to our interview with Sarah Fisher.
And Daniel Stample.
Sarah, great game played today. Congratulations on the win. Moving on to the next round. You played a great game today. Had a big serving streak in the last game. How do you feel about that? What did you try to do?
To focus on hitting the ball, getting it over. Didn't matter how hard it was.
So you played in the game. What do you feel about your teammates? How do you feel about your coordination after being back from a long break between the regular season and the playoffs?
Yeah, we did have a little. Took us a while to get our mojo back, but once we did, we were on a streak and won in 3 games. Pretty good. And yeah.
All right. Congratulations. All right. Off here, Cougar Nation Network.
Okay, so thank you for that. Sorry about the mic cutting out a little bit over there. But great interview with Sarah Fisher. We look to broadcast their next game whenever it is. Daniel Stemple, JJ Fight, Robbie Patinsky. I'm Adam Bromberg. It's been a pleasure. See you guys on Sunday at 1 o'clock.